faithful, what's going on? You're in the bonus round. I usually don't do videos on Saturday, but because yesterday was such a banger, everybody cashed in those welfare tickets on Flex Friday. I hope you found 10x, 25x, all the X's, except for the crazy stalker one you probably got in your back pocket. But you know what I'm saying. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe. If you're an old veteran or a mid-range jumper veteran, go ahead and smash the like button like your mother taught you right and do the Lord's work. That is my only way for YouTube to boost these videos out into their glorious algorithm. And if you feel inclined to leave a comment, good or bad, I'll take that too. Just know, if you come at me with smoke, I'm gonna give you heat. Now, being that it's Saturday, this video is going to be quick. I'm aiming for 10 minutes, but you know, Captain Crush, when I get on a rant, sometimes it ends up being 25 to 30, so I will do my best. Now, today is March 23rd, 2024. And I have a couple of guys I'm going to talk about. Grayson Allen, the thumbnail, 0.95 fantasy points per minute with a 15% usage rate. His points earlier was at 13.5. They bumped it all the way up to 14.5. But as you can see here, PrizePicks has a new interface where they click this and it literally gives you the demon, the goblin, whatever. I personally don't like it. I would rather just have a separate goblin tab and a separate demon tab. But whatever, we will deal with it. Again, it was at 13.5. I will go ahead and check my projection sheet live, and you can see I have him projected for 14.18 real points. So it's going to be a sweat if you take him at 14.5. Now, I got him at 13.5, but the play of the day is actually going to be the easy street because it is Saturday and I took his Gabi and I paired it with the college discount, some free squares, and everything else. I'm just trying to get 2x, 1.9x, whatever, and be on my way. I'm not trying to be greedy in the slightest. I'm up 47 units as of yesterday out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting to have a great Flex Friday, and then bang, a masterclass ensued. Live stream, YouTube, daily prop lists, it was all a masterclass. Now, Grayson's gonna be in a pace-up spot. He's facing the Spurs. Phoenix needs to win games. The Spurs are on a back-to-back, so that's a little hairy. And if you remember, Trey Jones was my play of the day yesterday, as well as Klay Thompson. He made the thumbnail because I couldn't find a solid Trey Jones thumbnail. But you know what? Cash them both. It didn't even matter which one I chose. They were both hitting. So staying in Phoenix, that game anyways, I want to talk about Kevin Durant for a low-key second because he was going to be my play of the day, and he still might by the time this video comes out. I would not put Allen and Durant in the same slip. You could, but I don't think it's optimal. I want to talk about him for a quick second, okay? Over the last 5 games, now I limited this to the last 5, but he's only averaged 0.91 fantasy points per minute, but his usage rate is 29%. He does have the ball in his hands 30% of the time. Let's just call it 30. So if the game somehow stays close, because it's going to be a pace up spot, which means his fantasy point per minute will probably go over 1. You take 0.91, you multiply it, let's say he plays 34, you get 30.94 fantasy points. You don't get enough to cover. But that's just the last 5 games. Now, on a season average, Kevin Durant's averaging well over 1.27 fantasy points per minute. And if you take 1.27 and multiply it times 34, you get 43 fantasy points. So it just depends on what Durant we're going to get. Is he going to play 34 minutes? Is his shot going to fall? More importantly, is the game going to stay close? All that stuff has to be considered, but he has way too high upside to not consider him at 41.5 fantasy score. That's absolutely the lowest I think I can remember seeing KD. To give you some comparison, Paolo Banchero's at 39.5. De'Aaron Fox is at 42. You're telling me Kevin Durant isn't in the same league as these two young bucks? That's cap. He's absolutely in the same league. He's actually out of their league. Those guys are nowhere close to what Kevin Durant has done or will do in the future. But the fact still remains. 41.5 fantasy score, you got to consider it, okay? The priority is Grayson Allen's Gabi since they bumped it. If you go to Chalkboard or Sleeper, you can take alternate lines, which If you watched my YouTube yesterday, my chalkboard slip swept. I posted it here. The underdog went 3 of 4. I told you to flex it, cash that. The sleeper slip swept, and the parlay play slip hooked, unfortunately, because Cade Cunningham hooked his assist, but it's okay. 3 out of 4 ain't bad, fella. So here you go. They have the discount with Murray. I took Allen alt lines, Voos alt line, Jalen Green alt line. It's 20 to win 46. A little over a double up. I'm happy with it. I will mix and match all of these as well. Remember, promo code CRUSH gets you in the mix. Send me the email. You get 30 days free. You'll also get your deposit match, and it's going to be on Android very soon. In addition to that, I did a sleeper slip for you guys too, because they have discounts as well. Everybody's competing for your coin. I took the discount, paired it with Sohan, 2.5 assists. This is the only place I could find it. He's projected for 3 in my model. And again, Grayson Allen at 13.5. Crispy value. He's 14.5 everywhere else. You can mix and match however you want. You could leave off Sohan if you'd like, or you could leave off Allen. That's up to you. Again, promo code CRUSH on sleeper. Yesterday's sleeper slip cashed. If you use the code, you got the match and you cashed your slip. I'm doing God's work here, people. And then last but certainly not least, Underdog had 3 or so discounts. They had Caitlin Clark, which is already in progress. That's the one I chose. And I paired it with Sohan under 13.5 points because I have him projected for 12. I couldn't find his assist, and they had already bumped Allen. You can't take alternate lines over there. Again, promo code CRUSH gets you in the mix. Send your boy an email and I'll take care of you. Yesterday's underdog slip cashed as well. It's a shame more people didn't catch that YouTube video, man. That's on me for getting it out late, but to cook those videos like that, it takes time to cook a master class. A quality over quantity. I don't just churn out these videos to get views and likes. I actually put my heart and soul and time and into it to try to give you guys a W. So we talked about Allen. We talked about Durant. I just gave you 3 slips. You can mix and match however you'd like, tail, fade, it's up to you at the end of the day. But all I ask is that if you cashed any on the PrizePicks yesterday, because the PrizePicks stuff I went over yesterday was pretty much a sweep, I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to check that in a second. But since I did hit 3 out of the 4 sleeper, parlay play, underdog, and chalkboard segment, I'm asking you for one thing. If you cashed...
So I'm only going to say this once. Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me by hitting the like and leaving a comment letting me know. Now, if you saw the chalkboard slip, then you saw I had Voos over 10.5 rebounds. I flexed it down to 9.5 or teased it, and PrizePicks had him at 10.5, and now they got him all the way up to 11. So what are you going to do? Well, my projection had him going for right around 11.5 or 12, so it's going to be up to you. I personally don't like taking that bump in this matchup. I would wait for news and see what shakes out, but if you can find it on chalkboard and still get it at 9.5, you need to be in the mix, fella. It's that simple. And now I'm gonna give a dart that ain't pretty, but I have to talk about it. Now, this Atlanta Hawks and Charlotte Hornets game, if it somehow stays close, could be the game, because neither of these teams have any interest in playing defense. DeJounte Murray's fantasy is always going to be in the mix in this spot. Now, he's going to need to play 35 plus minutes to clear, but he can if the game stays close. If you don't want to touch his fantasy score, you could go just to his points at 25.5, and Miles Bridges is usually at 38 to 40 fantasy. He's all the way down to 36.5. I think it's worth mentioning. I don't love it. I don't even like it, folks, but it's worth mentioning because he's averaging 0.92 fantasy points per minute over the last 5 with a 24% usage rate. 0.92 times 35, simple math. He doesn't cover, right? But his fantasy point over the season per minute is well over 1.15. It's going to need to be close. So if you don't want to go to his fantasy score, I don't blame you. That game can get ugly in a New York minute. You could go right here and you could take his assists at 3.5. I got him projected for 4, or you could even take his points if you really want to gamble. Either one of those is fine with me. It's going to be a risk no matter how you look at it. Maybe you could get in the mix with the points combo because you do have crispy push equity, but these combos are surgical. So buyer beware and seller beware. But I think you have to consider this. Remember, I'm not interested in spoon feeding you. I'm here trying to get you thinking about the right way to do these things. There's a whole lot more than just picking out squares. There's slip correlation, anchors and darts, game theory, narrative, all of it. And I teach and preach all that stuff in my own Discord every single day, Monday through Friday especially, and specifically, unless it's football season, then I roll on Sundays as well. And the proof is in the pudding, as they say. I'm already cashing the people today. We had Josh Hart over 15.5. We had him on Thursday. He sold. I told everyone it was going to be a bounce back. He absolutely bounced back. Everyone was pre-chalking him in the first half when he only had 4. I told you guys he's cashing. There was a few believers. There was a few non-believers. It's always like that, but at the end of the day...
You must be sleeping under a rock or something. You don't understand what's happening here. I'm in God mode nowadays, son. I'm the tribal chief. I'm the head of your table. I'm the provider around here.
18, Green Bean, Claxton, under 10.5 rebounds, cash. I'm going into the late window, 2-0, and I have multiple live slips. One a cashed. I don't agree with him taking the bump there, but he did his own thing, and he got himself some coin. Jado cashed with a 2-man. But you know what? I'm not even interested in today yet, because today's going to be a banger. It always is. But the fact is, last night was a master class. Look at this. Play of the day, cash. Clay, cash. White, cash. Hallie, cash. And LeBron James. I had Trey Jones, LeBron James, and Klay Thompson anchored everywhere. Andy gets his W. J-Force got a bunch of W's on Hard Rock. Guac got W's. Look at this. The perfect 1v1 optimal Aldama with Trey Jones, baby. That's called a 1v1 game stack. It's called game theory. It's called crushing, okay? That's what it is. Everything cashed yesterday. Derek White's assist, his rebounds separately cash. Live stream call out, his R plus A cash. Chris Paul's PRA cash. Reeves 3-pointers. This was the sleeper slip I gave out on YouTube, free for everyone. Cash it. Crispy 4x basically. Here was my chalkboard slip that I gave out, 3x 10 to win 30 because of the promo. Cade, LeBron, Chris, Levert, Sohan. Cash it all. The underdog slip, I said flex it. 3 out of 4, 1.5x. I'll take it. Unfortunately, Lowry sold, but you know what? I couldn't even care less. And then here we are with Captain Crash. You better get a snack and a Red Bull, because this is going to take a minute. Cash it. Cash it. Cash it. Cash this for 2x. Cash it. Cash it, baby. Anchors and darts. You notice something about my slips? You're going to see LeBron and Trey Jones everywhere, because I practice what I preach. 25x. Cash it. All of these were discussed. Another cash. Another cash. Another 2x. If Levert would have covered, it would have been a Nagasaki type day. It already was. It would have been Nagasaki and Hiroshima in the same day. Think about that. I had so many greens. Discord cut me off. I had to make 2 separate walls. Another 3-man live stream call out cash. Another live stream call out cash. Another 25x. Austin Reeves with 15 seconds left grabs a rebound and goes and gets fouled. 2 rebounds to cash 28.7. If you took the bump, he had 3 turnovers. They called an offensive foul. It was a bad call. So he sold the bump, but he cashed the OG 28.5 line, and he cashed to me 25x. If you're counting, who's keeping count? That's 2 25x slips for a crispy 500 in the same night, in addition to all the 2x's and 3x's and 5x's you can handle. Another 2x. Zubac had 5 fouls and the game was a blowout. I gave this late. That was the last slip I gave on the live stream yesterday. Another cash. Another 2x that I gave on the live stream. And we're back to square one. As you can see, it wasn't just Captain Crush. Everybody ate, because I tell you guys this all the time. When I eat, everybody eats. Iceberg, Spartan, Zaddy J. Look at these walls of green. People talk about doing these things, but I live this life. I'm telling you. I take it as serious as a heart attack. I don't play games until it's time to play games. Even Joel Embiid's play of the day cashed, by the way. 4.5 Curry over 4.5 assists. Shout out to Joel Embiid. He cashed. He went reverse on these Twitter cappers that don't know what day of the week it is, much less how to cash a slip. And Embiid is up 1. Clown Twitter capper down 1. Congrats, Embiid. And then everybody else, Disco crushed. Dan Campbell crushed. Logan crushed. He tailed. Jayhawk crushed. It's pretty much everybody that was in the live stream and watched the YouTube and paid attention. 1 coin. Eric 21A cashed. I mean, that's a rare sight. You're never going to see that too often. PPW cashed. And to be honest, this isn't even everyone because only like 10% of the Discord actually posts their winning slips in the tab. They blow it up in the general chat, and I always got to tell them, take it to the winning slips tab or you're never going to get shouted out, jabroni. But the fact is, I'm doing my job here. This is what I am paid to do. Now, there won't be a live stream today because it's Saturday and I'm about to go golf once this video is posted, but there is Monday through Friday, and I still do plays on Saturday and Sunday. I'm still active in the chat, and I still drop my projection sheets that look just like this. I didn't have time to do fantasy scores today. Normally those are posted as well. And you can get in by going to CaptainCrush.net. We go through this every video. Gold package, buy now. You get the 1 month for $24.99. The discount's over. Now you got to pay the premium, but you're going to get your coin back. Have no fear. Dub Club handles all of this. Sync your Discords with your Dub Club profiles and you will get access to the Discord. That is your ticket into my live stream, and that is your ticket to Captain Crush Masterclass. Now there's a few more things that I'm going to discuss here on PrizePicks, and then I'm going to go hit the course and hopefully chip some shots, hit some birds, hit some pars, and fade the bogues. I think you got to consider the Sug man playing 1.5 blocks and steals against the Kings, baby. He's absolutely a dog when it comes to blocks and steals. I think he's going to get 2. I hope he does. I'm taking it. And if you want a pair, you can take from the same game. You can take Banchero and Fox 11.5 assist combo, put it in the mix, and pray that it hits. Or you can pair it up with anything else that I talked about or anything that I posted in my Discord Dub Club today as well. Anything goes, buddy. Kevin Durant's fantasy, you mix and match your slips, you do whatever you want. And I know Keontae George was my play of the day a couple days ago, but today I'm taking less on that fantasy score against the Houston Rockets. I just think it's a little bit too high for Keontae George, and I don't think he's going to get 32 fantasy points. Time will tell. Now, if you DJs want to go and take the bump on Trey Jones, I took him yesterday. He was my play of the day. If you want to go back to the wagon because he's been cashing you, I won't talk you off that ledge, but I personally probably won't be going there today. And yesterday, Chet Holmgren's dunks, it absolutely cashed. The crown's still intact, but guess what? PrizePicks doesn't have any dunk props on the board today because they're scared. Captain Crush has got them running scared, baby. They're scared. So since there's no dunk props, I will give you 3-point attempted, which are probably just as volatile, even more volatile, I would say. Wemby's 3 points attempted can be considered, and DeJounte Murray at 9.5 3-points attempted could be considered. I don't love any of those. It'll be 1 slip max, if at all. But these you definitely have to consider. Man, I locked in some early value going through this board and seeing what the bumps have happened to. Allen's been bumped. Sohan bumped down. Lock it in. We got all the value, boys. If you're in the court, faithful, you should be licking your chops because Captain Crush produced, baby. Now, there's going to be a lot of news in that Portland game. When Banton gets on the board, you attack his points. Or his PRA. When Pritchard gets on the board for Boston, you do the same thing. Or Derek White's rebound or his R+A, depending on news. You understand what I'm telling you? That's why you got to be vigilant. You got to be active. You got to be checking your phone. This isn't for the faint of heart. It requires a lot of effort to get W's. Now, Murray's out. Joker's out. If you want to go to Aaron Gordon, Pope, or Michael Porter Jr., God bless you. I really don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I have until 9 p.m. to figure it out. So, court faithful, I will tuck you in. Don't worry. But remember, it is late in the season, and during late in the season, These teams are going to be trying different rotations that have nothing to play for, and the teams that already are locked in, they're going to be using their bench more to keep their starters healthy and fresh. So keep all that in mind when you're doing your thing. And I will say this, Jason Tatum under 32.5 points kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. It's probably negative EV because look at what he's been doing. 31-30, 26-38, 26. I mean, the man's just been in beast mode, but I will go ahead and take a look and see what I have him projected for right quick. I might take a shot on this under one slip max. Oh yeah, I have him projected for a roughly 29. So you can take under there if you'd like, but remember, it is going to be a sweat. The good thing is that Chicago plays at a slower pace, so it should slow him down just a tad. And then Gary Trent's back in the mix, or so it seems. If he does get ruled out last minute, you can target those role players, Grady Dick, etc. If you want to take Trent, I don't hate it. So again, it is Saturday, and I normally don't do videos. My energy's pretty low because I've been chilling and taking it easy because it is Saturday, but I wanted to come on here and thank you guys for liking the videos. I wanted to give a little bit back. I had a great day yesterday. My YouTube faithful had a great day. If you tailed, the court faithful had a great day. The live stream faithful had a great day. It was great for all of us.
So I'm only going to say this once. Acknowledge me.
So go ahead and once again, smash that like button, and maybe, just maybe, I'll see you in the Discord later. If you do join today, let me know in the chat. CaptainCrush.net gold package. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests, and as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.